So, got the old jet saw dusted off once again. We got some 1.5" ID quarter wall tube that we're gonna cut to length for Hugh's Duramax swap in his truck. If you don't know about it, go check it out. But getting pretty close to being done, working on some of the final details, which one of those is the traction bars. So like I said, I got this all mounted up in the bandsaw. Gonna lop them off to length, and then we'll get the bungs welded on, all TIG welded in, and then you can jump back over to his channel and you can see a little bit more on what he's doing with the mounts and how he determined length and what these are going to look like once I get done putting some bubble gum on them. So tubes are cut to length. We have the weld ends put in on both sides. You'll see you got a right hand thread and a reverse thread one, which is marked L, and then also the nut has notches in them. They did put a groove in the bottom of this so you knew it was reverse thread. However, once it's installed, you obviously can't see that, and it's kind of a pain to know which end is what when you go to put them together, and also just to make sure you're not putting two of the same on the same piece of pipe. So I took cutoff wheel and I just replicated that notch in the point of the hex there on these as well. So we'll get the welder all set up. We have just a piece of angle iron and a clamp set up just to kind of help stabilize it nice and straight, give it a nice place to be able to just grab it and rotate it. So we're gonna do probably 2 passes. We'll do one small pass that'll get down in the root of this, and then a cover pass that's pretty hot and heavy to get it equal OD to the OD of that pipe. All right, so we're gonna go in with whatever amps feels good, and then the root pass is gonna be with some real small 035 wire, and that's just so that I can really get the weld puddle to get into the root of that weld and not be kind of up above it. So this will help get in that small gap that's there. Not too shabby for an office jockey. So the root pass is all done on this end. We're gonna swap over to the other side just to not dump super a lot of heat into them. You'll notice that we're welding them without the heim in place. What happens, especially with large heims like this, is that if you weld them together, this heats up and cools down at a different rate that the heims do, and it just causes the threads to bind, and you'll have nothing but problems with them after that. So sure, you do have some risk of everything getting, a little bit, having some distortion there, but you control your heat input, and just weld where you need to, not really load the thing up with heat, and you're usually pretty good after that. So we'll continue, we'll jump over to the other one, probably do the root on all of them, and then start doing some cover passes on top of them. So all 4 ends are done with the initial root pass. We're gonna go back and cover it again with a second pass with 1/16 wire. Nice. So, we're all finished, welded up. It came out all right.
Not too bad for a desk jockey.
Yeah, what he said. You know, they're good. So, another project. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And check out Hugh's channel to check out his Duramax swapped Chevy. GMC, wherever the fuck it is.
Why you gotta do me like that?
Oof.
Sponsored unofficially by Tap Magic and Valley Truck and Off-Road.
Hey.